What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and it is time for another Quentin Tarantino review. This time I will be reviewing Quentin Tarantino's fifth film, presented by Grindhouse, Death Proof. I went into this movie not really knowing much about it, other than the fact that, well, Kurt Russell plays a stuntman named Mike who has fun and kind of gets his kicks off by killing women with his car, which is Death Proof. Unbeknownst to me, while watching this movie, I realized, oh my gosh, I've seen this before. I've seen this film before. And you know when it happened? When Rose McGowan's character is in the car with Kurt Russell, and Kurt Russell is pretty much making her like slam her head all over the glass that is kind of in the car. I realized I've seen this movie, and it dawned on me, where did I see this movie? Well, years ago, my buddy Cody from back home, I think he was watching a movie, and it was halfway through, which is Death Proof, that I came to his house, and he lived right down the street from me. I'm pretty sure I was sitting there and I was like watching the movie with him. I probably left after the Rose McGowan scene because I didn't really remember anything else. What do I think about this movie? Well, it's okay. It's okay. It's definitely one of the weaker films by Tarantino. One of the shortest, again. But my problem with this movie isn't the length. My biggest problem with this film, there's so many moments in this movie where there is dialogue or there are setups for certain things between characters that never get realized. It's almost like he kind of leads you down this road. Here's a device we're going to kind of put in front of this character. It's going to mean something to the end, right? Well, that's not the case. For example, there's this character in this movie who's a radio DJ. She is texting this guy named Chris, who she really likes, and it goes absolutely nowhere. It goes nowhere. And there's so many moments like this in the movie where there's just so much dialogue and so many things that are going on that really don't matter. And I love Tarantino. I love him so much. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I love Pulp Fiction so much and Reservoir Dogs, is because they do have that dialogue in there, but the dialogue is important to what is going on in the story, and it leads somewhere. This movie doesn't do that. And it's frustrating because I know how good of a filmmaker Tarantino is and he can be. And it's frustrating to see something like this where it just kind of seems like he almost didn't care, per se, that he was just trying to get a paycheck. And I hate to use that term with any director, but this movie is the definition of mediocrity in a Tarantino film. This movie was just boring. There's really not a lot going on. You don't care about the characters, especially the first half of the film, because the characters don't matter. They don't matter. The only one that matters is Kurt Russell's character, Stuntman Mike. And then you never understand why he's doing these things. You assume it's because this is what gets him off. That's only like the prognosis of a sheriff in the film played by Michael Parks. I just don't understand why there's certain setups that don't lead anywhere, that don't go anywhere. This is almost like kind of a revenge film, but only in the second half of the movie and towards the end, the last 20 minutes. One thing that I love about Tarantino, one thing that's signature in a Tarantino movie is the characters, the craftsmanship that he has in establishing characters and their dynamics with one another and their interactions with other characters. This movie doesn't have that. I didn't care about any of the characters. The only character to me that seemed interesting was Kurt Russell's character, but then it's almost like he's kind of in the background. Like, this isn't really even his film. When the film is called Death Proof, it's about his car where he like kills women. For what reason? I don't know. And so to me, it's just so frustrating seeing how good Tarantino has been in films like Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, Inglourious Basterds, so on and so forth. And then this movie, he just kind of, we'll just throw something on the screen. That's really how I felt watching this film. A lot of stuff doesn't lead anywhere. And it's unfortunate because this film could have been a lot better. Also, Tarantino has his own craftsmanship, his own kind of Tarantino verse, or his Tarantinoisms. That's really not in this movie at all. And so to me, the film could have used a lot more of Tarantino, maybe kind of having those connections to his other films. It really didn't feel like a Tarantino film. It kind of felt like someone else directed this movie and Tarantino just kind of slapped his name on there. But anyway, guys, that's what I think of Death Proof. This is a movie that you don't really need to see. You know, honestly, I don't really know. It's okay. It's not, to me, I don't think it's his worst film. I don't know if I like this more than Jackie Brown, or if, you know, I like Jackie Brown more than this. I really have to think about it. I don't know if it's his worst film, actually, to be honest. But anyway, guys, What do you think of Death Proof? Let me know down below in the comment section. Make sure you guys like this video. Follow me on Instagram, @the_film_fan. And make sure you guys subscribe to my channel for more content and more Tarantino reviews coming very soon. Anyway, guys, I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.